The procession is about to begin. We invite you to take your seats as we welcome the class of 2023.
Good morning. My name is Ed Ryan. My colleague and Kate Morris and I serve as acting provosts and will serve as the presiders for this afternoon. It's our pleasure to welcome distinguished guests, the Board of Trustees and Regents, university leaders, the faculty, parents, family, friends, and the graduating class of 2023. We would like to take a brief moment to put this day and this year in a larger context. This is the 17th day of June in the year of our Lord, 2023. It is also the 829th year since the birth of Clare of Assisi, the 483rd year since the founding of the Society of Jesus, the 172nd year since Santa Clara began offering instruction, the 61st year since women were admitted to Santa Clara. The 6th year since Santa Clara was recognized for its 4th Rhodes Scholar, the 3rd year since Santa Clara won its 3rd national championship in soccer, and today is the day that we honor the class of 2023. At this time, we ask that you remain standing for the national anthem. The national anthem will be sung by Wiley Merritt, Aditya Ranade, Sarah Shulis, Kathy Yin, and members of the Santa Clara University Chamber Singers.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you for that beautiful singing. As we celebrate, we pause to acknowledge that Santa Clara University sits on the land of the Ohlone and Muwekma Ohlone people, who trace their ancestry through the missions Dolores, Santa Clara, and San Jose. We remember their connection to this region and give thanks for the opportunity to live, work, learn, and pray in their traditional homeland. Let us take a moment of silence to pay respects to their elders and to all Ohlone people, past and present. Thank you. Please be seated. And now, Raquel Macias, a graduating senior from Aliso Viejo, California, with a major in electrical engineering and a minor in Catholic studies, will open this commencement with invocation.
Buenos días y bienvenidos a todos. Good morning and welcome everyone. I'm honored to be speaking to you, the graduates, and you, the families. Today, I make it a point to not speak at you. Rather, I'm here to speak with you. In the same way, I'm not going to pray at you, but pray with you. I understand that God and prayer may not be familiar concepts or the most comfortable for all of us gathered today. So instead, I ask that you listen to the intentions behind my words. For the next minute, I encourage you to forget yourselves. Forget where you are, forget that's all around you, and all that is on your mind. Simply close your eyes and listen. May we all sit in the hope of these words as we listen and pray together. God, amplify our voices as we celebrate today. Be present with us as we shed our tears today. Empower us to be the ones to fulfill the words spoken to us that felt empty and hollow. Remind us that we deserve to be proud of ourselves. Guide us to build on the work of those who have come before. Humble us to be able to recognize our own failings. Enter into us so that we may share joy together. Enter into us so that we may shout for justice together. Enter into us so that we may be together. Por estas intenciones y las que llevamos dentro de nuestros corazones. For these intentions and those that we hold in our hearts, we pray. Oremos. Amen.
Thank you, Raquel. We would like to take a moment to remember Justin Ember, a cherished member of the class of 2023 whose passing in November 2021 left an unfillable void in our hearts. Justin's presence illuminated the lives of all those fortunate enough to cross paths with him. His memory will forever serve as a guiding light, inspiring us to approach each day with kindness, empathy, and an unwavering commitment to uplifting those around us. It is now my privilege to introduce Julie Sullivan, the 30th president of the Santa Clara University, who will offer some words to the graduates.
Thank you, Kate, and good morning, everyone. We welcome our distinguished Santa Clara University colleagues, guests, families, friends, and most importantly, our amazing Santa Clara graduates, members of the class of 2023. Congratulations. Arguably, yours is among the most distinctive classes in Santa Clara history. For your academic accomplishments, for your commitment to one another and our community, for the journeys each of you are about to begin. But as impressive as these are, you also are distinctive for your resilience, for your tenacity, for your ability to overcome. Your 4 years at Santa Clara most certainly did not fit the usual mold. But as they say, molds are meant to be shattered. While much has been said about how COVID has stolen so much from so many, and that was certainly true for this class, I also know how you responded and what you learned about yourself and about others and about the world around us. And among those lessons is a much deeper and more personal appreciation for our shared humanity. For it is our appreciation and love for our shared humanity and the encounters we have with our human family along the way that truly prepare us for a life of success and, more importantly, a life of purpose. I am thrilled that today's commencement speaker is Father Greg Boyle. If there is anyone who embodies the Jesuit culture of encounters and accompaniment, it is he. I hope you take from him and from everyone here today that by not only recognizing but believing in the shared human dignity of every one of us, we can make a difference in both big and small ways. One of the most enjoyable parts of my first year as your president has been my many encounters I have had with your class, both in small groups, one-on-one, planned, unplanned. While unique in context and perspective, an important realization emerged from these many conversations. And that is that the relationships you have formed with each other and with Santa Clara University are not just pleasant byproducts of your 4 years of college. They truly are the cornerstone of your Santa Clara experience. As Pope Francis says, friendship is no fleeting or temporary relationship, but one that is stable, firm, and faithful, and matures with the passage of time. Two friends may be quite different from one another, but they always have things in common that draw them together in a mutual openness and trust. Think back just a moment to your first days on campus, because here at Santa Clara, we bring together people from different backgrounds with different life experiences and from all over the country and the world. Did you show up without a care, knowing that you were instantly going to find your people and make a bunch of friends? Probably not. But yet, sitting where you sit today, take a moment to think back and what has happened during those 4 years. The relationships with your classmates, your best friends, your professors and advisors. Those relationships didn't just happen. They are the byproduct of deliberate, intentional encounters along the way. Encounters where maybe you were vulnerable, learned something new, sparked an idea, disagreed, or even argued. Yet, through these encounters, you became connected and began to draw closer in mutual openness and trust. But forming these bonds is only half the job. The other half is maintaining them. And for you, that is about to get a little more difficult. Staying connected takes work, but it is worth it. So as you go forth, nourish and sustain the relationships that you have made here, and seek and create new encounters wherever you are that make you go, wow, and even those that don't. Do the work, be intentional, because you never know. These encounters may be life-changing for you or someone else. So on behalf of our professors, our staff, our deans, our leadership, and everyone at Santa Clara University, I want you to know how very proud we are of you and how excited we are to see what you do next. Congratulations, class of 2023. Go Broncos and set the world on fire.
Thank you, President Sullivan, for your inspiring words and for all that you have done for our Bronco family over the past year. Santa Clara University is pleased to recognize a number of our exemplary students for their achievements, service to others, and contributions to the university. Their lives serve as a model and inspiration to us all. The class of 2023 Nobley and St. Clair medals and Peter Hans Kolvenbach SJ Award recipients will be introduced by Jeannie Rosenberger, the Vice Provost for Student Life. President Sullivan will present the awards.
The Nobley and St. Clair medals are given to 2 graduates judged outstanding in academic performance, personal character, school activities, and constructive contributions to the university by the faculty and the provost. The Nobley Medal was established in 1876 by Joseph A. Donahoe in honor of John Nobley of the Society of Jesus, founder of the university. And the St. Clair Medal was established by the university in 1967 in honor of St. Clair of Assisi. The St. Clair Medal is awarded to Judith Lee, who majored in sociology and economics with a minor in environmental studies. The Nobley Medal is awarded to Darius Johnson, who majored in finance and data analytics. Oh, photo. The Peter Hans Kolvenbach S.J. Award is given by the president to a graduating senior who exemplifies the ideals of Jesuit education, especially being a whole person of solidarity in the real world and having the courage and faith to build a more just and humane world. The Peter Hans Kolvenbach S.J. Award is given to Jessica Cuellar, who majored in sociology.
Congratulations again to Judith, Darius, and Jessica. We also congratulate the many other students who received prizes and awards at the Senior Toast and at their school's honor ceremonies. At this time, it is my distinct pleasure to introduce Father Gregory Boyle of the Society of Jesus, who will offer our commencement address. Father Greg Boyle is the founder of Homeboy Industries in Los Angeles, the largest gang intervention, rehabilitation, and reentry program in the world. Father Boyle served as the pastor of Dolores Mission Church in Boyle Heights. Dolores Mission was the poorest Catholic parish in Los Angeles and also had the highest concentration of gang activity in the city. Father Boyle witnessed the devastating impact of gang violence on his community during the so-called Decade of Death that began in the late 1980s and peaked at 1,000 gang-related killings in 1992. In the face of law enforcement tactics and criminal justice policies of suppression and mass incarceration as the means to end gang violence, Father Boyle and parish and community members adopted what was then a radical approach to treat gang members as human beings. In 1988, they started what would eventually become Homeboy Industries, which employs and trains former gang members in a range of social enterprises, as well as provide critical services to thousands of individuals who walk through its doors every year seeking a better life. Father Boyle is the author of the 2010 New York Times bestseller, Tattoos on the Heart, The Power of Boundless Compassion. He followed that in 2017 by Barking to the Choir, The Power of Radical Kinship. And in 2021, The Whole Language, The Power of Extravagant Tenderness. Most recently, he authored Forgive Everyone, Everything, an anthology of writings accompanied by Fabian DeBoer's artwork. I now invite Father Boyle to deliver the commencement address.
Thank you very much. It's such an honor to be here with the class of 2023 Your president, my friend Julie, called me and she said, Greg, do you believe in free speech? And I said, yes. And she said, good, you're giving one on June 17th. And I'm eternally grateful. Anytime I stand in front of a microphone, I always think of this homie named Lewis, who's a big guy, a lot of tattoos, and he was giving me tips on how to speak publicly. And he said, look, you gotta pepper your talk with self-defecating humor. And I said, yeah, no shit, that's some good advice there. I know that I've spoken many times at Santa Clara. Maybe you've heard me one place or another, so I apologize if I repeat anything. It happens. I was invited to speak to a gathering of foster grandparents in Orange County one summer, and their big gathering. Well, I had spoken at it the summer before, and for some reason they invited me back. And after the second talk I gave, this foster grandmother came up to me, and she had big tears in her eyes, so I think she liked the talk, and she grabbed both my hands, and she said, I heard you last year. And she gets kind of verklempt. It never gets better. So kind of hoping she misspoke there, but see what I did? That was some self-defecation. Anyway, here's the deal. What Martin Luther King says about church could well be said of your time here at Santa Clara. It's not the place you've come to, it's the place you go from. And you go from here to be in the world who God is, compassionate, loving, and kind. You go from here to imagine a circle of compassion, and then you imagine nobody standing outside that circle. And you go from here to discover your true self in loving, and so you allow love to live through you, because love never stops loving. And it will get you to the next place from here. Driving here yesterday, the homies have set up my iPhone, the GPS voice, and they gave me this really nice Irish lady. In fact, when I arrived yesterday, she said, turn into the car park, So sometimes I need translation. But so I was on the freeway, and she said, accident ahead. And then you wait, and you're breathless, and there's a pause, and there's a beat. And then she says, you're still on the fastest route. And I don't know about you, but I'm comforted by that. I'm kind of consoled by that. I'm not certain that it's the quickest route, but I know it's the surest route, and that it'll get me to Santa Clara. Love, you're still on the fastest route. And so you go to the margins, because that's where the place you need to stand in order to erase them. And you go to the margins and you love the poor and the powerless and the voiceless, and you allow your hearts to be altered by them. And you go to the margins and you cherish those whose burdens are more than they can bear, and those whose dignity has been denied. And you go to the margins to be tender with the easily despised and the readily left out. You go to the margins to stand firmly with the demonized, so that the demonizing will stop, and to stand with the disposable, so that the day will come when we stop throwing people away. And you go to the margins with love, and you discover that loving is your home, and once you discover that, you will never be homesick. The poet Rumi writes, if the house of the world is dark, then love will find a way to make windows. And windows are those transparent things through which we see mystically, through which we see as God sees. From the confines of those places where we get stuck and are annoyed and impatient and want to win the argument. As was kindly mentioned in the introduction, Homeboy Industry has been around for 35 years. We have 13 Justice Enterprises, a bakery, lots of restaurants, electronic recycling plant, and Homeboy Silkscreen, which has been around for 30 years. Hundreds and hundreds of rival enemy gang members have worked side by side there, printing thousands, millions of shirts for high schools and universities and family reunions. Homeboy Silkscreen is reasonably priced. We do high quality work. We UPS to Santa Clara. I'm just saying. So one day I get a text from the guy who runs the place, Ruben, and he rarely texts me, but he does. He goes, "I'm sending Gilbert to you," which can't be good. And Gilbert's a cabezon, a homie. They call him Trippy. 20 minutes later, he's sitting in my office, and I said, "What happened?" He said, "Well, supposedly I stole some T-shirts." I said, "Did you?" And he said, "Yeah." Well, it wasn't exactly stealing. I mean, it was 3 T-shirts. There were thousands of them. I said, "Okay, let me see if I get this right. So I need a car. I want a car. I go to a car lot. There are 1,000 cars. I take 1 car. I mean, it's not really stealing. There's a bunch of them." And he looks at me and he says, "Exactly." So we stare at each other for a beat, and then we just fall out of our chairs howling with laughter, because I don't know what else you're supposed to do, what you can do. And love will find a way to make windows where you see beyond the places where you're stuck, where you want to win the argument, the places from which you seek to divide, when Jesus says that you may be one, that please create a community of beloved belonging. I remember years ago, I met a homie named Danny, and he was 13 years old, and I knew him in the projects. I knew him in this alley where he would kick it with his homies. He always had a gun tucked into the front of his pants and always made sure that I knew that he did. He made a solemn vow that he would never step foot in Homeboy Industries. And then I knew him further in detention facilities, juvenile hall, probation camp. Finally, he went to prison at 18, and he did 2 years. And in gang recovery, they say it takes what it takes: the birth of a son, the death of a friend, a long stretch in prison. But for Danny, he got out of prison to discover that his mother had 6 months to live. She had pancreatic cancer. And he had a lot of siblings, but he was the lone hospice caregiver. And I watched how tender he was with her, and knowing that she had not been tender with him. Torture, violence, neglect, and yet he was tender. And only the soul that ventilates the world with tenderness has any chance of changing the world. And a week later, she died. And then a week after that, I buried her. And a week after that, he walked into Homeboy for the first time. And I watched him work side by side with rivals, enemies, guys he used to shoot at. And he inhabited the truth of who he was. And he discovered, as George Saunders says, that the only non-delusional response to everything is kindness. So one day he comes into my office and he begins by saying, "What happened to me yesterday has never happened to me in my life." And he proceeds to say that after work, he gets on the Gold Line across the street from our headquarters in Chinatown. He's heading east to go home. He says that the train is full, but he's managed to get a seat. And standing right in front of him, holding onto the pole, he says, is a medio pedo guy, a guy who's a little bit drunk. He goes, "He's a homie, because I see tattoos. I don't know who he is. He's an older vato." And Danny is wearing a sweatshirt that says Homeboy Industries, jobs, not jails. And the little bit drunk guy sees it and he goes, "Hey, you worked there." And Danny doesn't know whether to engage him fully, so he just nods. And the guy says, "Is it any good?" And Danny shrugs and he says, "It's helped me. In fact, I don't think I'll go back to prison because of this place." And then he tells me that he stands up and he fishes into his pocket and retrieves a little piece of paper and a pen, and he carefully writes the address of Homeboy Industries on the piece of paper. And as he's telling me, he says, "I couldn't believe I knew the address by heart." And he hands it to the guy, and the guy takes it. And Danny says, "Come see us. We'll help you." And the guy looks at him in the eye and he says, "Thank you." And the train stops and the guy gets off. And Danny sits down, and now he returns to that earlier refrain, "What happened to me next has never happened to me in my life. Everyone on the train was staring at me. Everyone on the train was nodding at me. Everyone on the train was smiling at me." And now he can barely speak. "And for the first time in my life, I felt admired. And all we could do was weep, because I don't know what else you can do." We go from Santa Clara to be in the world who God is, compassionate, loving, kind. We know that systems change when people change, and people change when they are cherished. Santa Clara is not the place you've come to. It was always going to be the place you go from. And you go from here to decide at the margins that the only soul that is tender in the world has the capacity to alter the world. And love, and loving, being loving, and knowing that loving is your home. You're still on the fastest route. And love will always find a way to make windows, and so will you. Congratulations, and God bless you, class of 2023.
Thank you, Father, for your moving remarks. On behalf of everyone gathered here this morning, I'd like to express our deep appreciation for your remarkable contributions to making our world more just and humane. We now turn to the main celebration of the day, to honor each student of the class of 2023. The trustees of the university, on the recommendation of the faculty and by virtue of the authority vested in them by the state of California, will, through the president of the university, confer degrees on those who now will be presented. Each graduate's picture will be taken by the university photographer, so we ask no personal photos be taken in the area set aside for graduates. Lastly, please remain seated throughout the remainder of the ceremony. The valedictorian address will take place after all the graduates have been named. Dr. Daniel Press, Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences, will present the candidates for the Bachelor of Arts degree from the College of Arts and Sciences.
Candidates, who have been approved for the degree of Bachelor of Arts in the College of Arts and Sciences, please rise. President Sullivan, I have the honor to present for their degrees those candidates who have been approved by the faculty of the college and by the Board of Trustees.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Arts as indicated by your dean.
Please be seated until directed to rise. And now will the first row come forward, so get back up.
Annika Caitlin Singh. Arnav Bala. Liliana Ivers. Isabella Joy Morales. Gresha Chong Albritton. John J. Alexander. Sheil Bassaroy. Joseph Jiro Sueyoka. Bianca Marie Ronquillo Aboites. Reagan Diaz. Katie Stafford. Caroline Grace Rule. Lucia Frances Hodges. Natalie Gray. Sabrina Christine Strain. Giselle Monique Ball. Vivian Sabrina Arceo. Vicky Ann Pham. Giovanna Isabella Maresca. Jenna Lynn Stockman. Skyland Jagger Blount. Matthew Betke. Ryan Noah Ali. Alex Conley. Joshua B. Deborah. Paige Lee Danforth. Annika Elena Clare. Sophia Louise Passantini. Elise Ruth Rainier Anderson. Brendan Patrick Webb. Danielle Nicole Nashawati. Andrea Leonore Shepard. Lila Childs. Leandra Faith Emmerich Kudo. Lindsay Marie Akista Pache. Alexandra Mary Riley. Anna Grace Seitz. Justin Williamson. Carlo Vicente Portillo Ekman. Jack Braun Westra. Cameron Mitchell Purdy. Emma McEwen Burden. Elizabeth Ann Fox, Nicholas Matthew Fonts, Jaden Bediaco, Emma Faith Ellinghaus, Alexandra Linnea Vistendal, Grace Marie Matthews, Lindsay Ann Lynch, Grace Kaler Wilridge, Lucy Brownlee Robbins, Alessandra Shea Juliana, Ashley Miri Hiraki, Jaya Maria Kapoor, Damani Ose, Dhiren Vijay Gidamal, Mary Bridget Gallagher, Sarah Elizabeth Commerce, Nicholas McKay Hinchliff, Elizabeth Ray Held, Claire Elizabeth Dowd, Eli William Berry, Jeffrey Trent Heinrich, Jacob Michael Putnam, Amanda Sloan Culver, Paula Catalina Moran, Madeline Marie Javier, Heidi Z. Mahan, Sarah Angelica Klein, Diego Gonzalez Terminel, Isabella Yvonne Keeney, Sarah Alexis Balbaki, Janelle Nicole Zamora, Regan Taylor Ford, Hannah Casey Schrank, Tomas Michael Jarnigan Cleary, Nicholas Andrew Kostanecki, George Coulter Dennis, Matthew Donald Manugian, Ahira Garcia Foster, Dalen Denenberg, Cameron Herbst, Michael Dominic DiConstanzo, Haley Lynch, Neha Premkumar, Maki Mitsui Kobayashi, Jennifer Kacher, Ellen McAndrews, Elizabeth McCarthy, Christine Hewan Mock, Sophia Molina Perez, Jenna Elishmawi, Xinyan Ashley Tang, Sile Julian Lescano Tan, Caroline Perez Salgado, Oliver Walker Robinson, Samson James Loschultz, George Reeder Enelo, Charles Henry Close, Antonio Magallanes Jr., Mark Andre Rico, Danielle Rosul Valencia, Caroline Wrights, Lynn Tran, Samantha Sarah Stahl, Jessica Tate Sims, Pascal Montana Wojcik, Jenna L. Parkerson Williams, Anna Cecilia Rosales, Anna Catherine Paisley, Gianna Nicole Domingo, Sarah Ann Schulist, Charlotte Walker, Isabella Rea, Lauren Neri, Charles James Purdy, Alexander Constantine Smith, Kenneth Howard Tolman III, Matthew David Benjamin Yancey, Joseph Batalega, Madison S. Fishman, Madison Taylor McCreesh, Sydney Grace Olson, Greta Sophia Anderson, Claire Conant McDonald, Octavio Django de Leon, Jane Shu, Alexandra Kali Ray Arison, Ketty Lamb Hickman, Teresa Contino, Melody Kai, Chloe Jane Moore, Sarah Ellen Parent, Jillian Elizabeth Urban, Sienna Soleil Elmazai, Sunkyo W. Chung, Carter Cleves, Jordan Anthony Williams, Sarah Gonsalves, Anne Frances Johnson, Abigail Elise Pizzolo, Nathaniel Metz, Willie Martinez, Jadzai Siana Solis, Lily Stoll, Fiona Claire Sunday, Bianca Marie Romero, Angie Alvarez, Natalie Regina Playa, John Scholl, Jimin Ian Park, Gavin Moran Cash, Quinn Sutherland Gilman, Geraldine Delaney Harris, Mitchell D. Heckman, Zachary Alessio Hage, Nile Hingard, Margaret Havens Mudge, Aiden Pereira,
Joseph Rapadas,
Jasper Sierra Swift, Claire McMillan, Malik Xavier James Williams, Ariana Nubari Tabrizi, Emil Robert Wohl, Alistair Lee, Sean Michael Chamberlain, Antonio Xavier Vargas, Yi Shan Chun, Julia Pitterit Kovach, Michael Pace, Gage Christopher Peters, Nicolas Agustin Sanchez, Holland Dubois Finn, Daniel Kufis Grant, Matthew Colin Hodges, Harry Cade Culhane, Miguel Shinji Menchaca, Alec Hatton, Eliza Diana Keating, Juliet Powers Kalusik, Cindy Chen, Ashley Cook, Sarah Jewel Sporn, William Michael Webb, Lorenzo Manuel Jose Suarez, Wei Hua Huang, Natalie Davis Gregg, Wiley Mia Patrice Merritt, David Stevenson Whitlock, Anna Elizabeth Johnson, Ash Soledad Francis Martinez, Charlotte Davy Holder, Carly Ann Kellner, Anna Kate Snyder, Makoto Quinn Watanabe, Hannah Jordan Haudegi, Xin Yi Guan, Yu Zheng Yang, Catherine Simons, William Burke Jarrett, Christina Marie Abudea,
Ed Greer, Dean of the Thomas and Dorothy Levy School of Business, will present the candidates for degrees in the Levy School of Business.
Candidates that have been approved for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Commerce in the Levy School of Business celebrating our 100th year, please rise. President Sullivan, I have the honor to present for their degrees those candidates that have been approved by our faculty and by the Board of Trustees.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I hereby confer on you the degree of Bachelor of Science in Commerce as indicated by Dean Greer.
Kate, you may be seated except for the first row, and please come forward.
Kevin Andrew Ham, Andrew J. Amario, William Henry Bartenhagen, Bethany Rose Candler, Ellen Yitong Tsao, Mark Angelo Carneseca, Austin Chen, Jack Brunello, Stephanie Xiaoyuan Chang, Stuart Joseph Grove Deming, Stuart Michael Gousset, Ivan Fong, Megan Reina Higa, Kavya Mulakaluri, Bryant Richard Anbe Hoke, Andrew Heavener, Esther Leung, Dominic R. Brandt, Julia Ann McGuire, Garrett A. Ellenberg, Avery Grace Hughes, Catherine Grace O'Brien, Catherine Jane Erickson, Melanie Lynn Cooper. Mihir Shivai Carey Sood.
John Bogust.
Nicholas Joseph Fontana. Patrick Michael Rocap. Michelle Christine Houts. Gavin Malone. Madison Nicole Jones. Ryan Ha. Bryce Mitsuo Otsuka. Jason Fong. Jacqueline Ann Eng. Elizabeth Lenora Penn. Caroline Finnegan Perrette. Elizabeth Megan O'Neill. Jarek Michael Pahati. J.W. Jong. Justin Joseph Armanino. Hudson Franzia Price. Peter Paul Mazzetti III. William Alexander Berg. Gavin Hawkins Miller. Jake Robert Engelken. Thomas James Lonergan. Joseph Shelby Gibbons. Yomira Cruz Cristobal. Nisha Mullaney. Mansi Salish Muskai. Sasha Shirai. Sirei Lin. Mitchell Ryan Tam. Steve Xiameng Chen. Brian Hafezi. Connor Graham Westmoreland. Olivia Jumpy Owens. Mike Watt. Joshua Yu. Alex Cheyenne Yagobi. Justin Walter North. Anthony Fu Quang Nguyen. Kai Trong Mai. Alejandra Siqueiros. Alejandro Escamilla Salazar. Efren Garcia Lopez. Natalia Sofia Garcia. Jessica Elizabeth Lee. Caden Donovan Pilchard. Michael Joseph O'Hara. Joshua Tanner Simboli. Nicholas Eric Sando. Amreen Dillon. Jack Winston Byrne. Ava Rose Silva. Matthew Muscat. Aditya Nagaraj. Daniel Hawthorne. Christian Andrew Mata. Kendall Grace Orth. Amanda Marie Schlater. Jacqueline K. Stenberg. Spencer James Stevens. Arnav Bhagat. Robert Maximilian Berliner. Brooks Walker. Cooper Yaz Safan. Eric Watson Reagan. Samuel Augustin Palmer. Kevin Barber. Matthew Haig Phelps. David Paul Nelson II. Von Diego Voci. Isabel Ha. Brianna Christina Robinson. Therese Francis Maligranda. Catherine Ann Hardy. Felix Huang Jr. Lauren Stein. Caroline McDevitt Glazer. Claire Daisy Carlson. Brooke Elizabeth Eldridge. Elizabeth Elsick. Gabriela Michelle Navarro. Isabella Lynn Bertolacci. Madeline Mueller Bender. Demi Chang. Celeste Grace Klink, Megan M. Cherry, Austin James Douthit, Timothy Joseph Cody, Eric James Blair, Justin William Box, Daniel James Krause, Tyler D. Green, Andrew Michael Hartung, Alexander Daniel Blattner, Thomas Vidmar Buckner, Marielle Brianna Casey, Julia Marilyn Morgan, Christopher Joseph Dunn, John R. Berner Jr., Victor Abu Sirhal, Abir Biswas, Lauren Emile Barrett, Jackson Tilly Cecil, Bo Ross Brighton, Henry Jones, Aditya Chatra, Andoni Cyprian Echeverri, Margaret Grace Chapman, Riley Amelia Cates, Natalie Lugavoy Flynn, Dylan Thomas Allen, Caden Masahiro Ching, Rachel Chung, Patrick James Burke, David K. Del Porto, Aditi Bagapali, Maya Safadi, Luke Kenneth Anderson, Coleman James Brigman, Sebastian Ignacio Lopez, Tia Asher, Jed Aaron Dajos Lambino, Hayden Carey, Michael Adam Garabedian, Eli Ivashkin, Ethan James Angel Frank, Connor Alexander Fultz, Amelia Lee, Miles Oliver Clark, Ford Redfield Eldridge, Abigail Lynn Fleming, Louis Patrick Harvey, Ty Nathaniel Trotsky, Jack Stannard, Billy Nail, Griffin Lawrence Brokini, Chinonso Jordan Ebajimba, Jake Alexander Maximilian Gutierrez, Easton Burton Holland, Cassidy Elizabeth Kierans, Emily Francis Kahn, Brooke Elizabeth Snare, Samuel Amon Schaff, Jack Michael Formico, Michael Antonio Verdeguez Chart, Marcos Hernandez, Griffin Thomas Higa, Andrew Grant Hom, Michael David Iadanza, Kenneth Daniel Garcia Bojorquez, Alejandro Gutierrez Ramirez, Daniel Alejandro Miret Labra, John Parker Underwood, Oscar Irwin Zimmerman, Nolan Forsman, Rod Etafa, Valerie Rutenberg, Ali Jokums, Justin Jones, Augustine H. John, Ruya Sakido, Kaylee Sienna Santos, Elijah Lewis Brown, Peter Samuel Paul Wheeler, Anton Vieira, Ethan Robert Calais Hiva Ingwer, Ashley Taylor Chan, Zara Hassan, Stephanie Jane Hu, Whitney Amon Lance, Trevor Glenn Leibus, Caroline Melchor Nguyen, Ish Katav, Maxton McLevis Mickey, Justin Tyler Lau, Aimee Iwao, Arrigo Fernanda, Alexander Christian Mordini, John Wyatt Topping, Kenzie Marlene Ponterio, Katia Lena Kohayan, Ryan Christopher Schmitzer, Samuel Kenji Ogihara, Nicholas Napoli, Jenna Marie Gordon, Casey J. Hill, Camille Marie Spence, Mackenzie Grace Miller, Benjamin John Noonan, Manasa Sai Velpuri, Kira Hegarty, Karina Renee Alvarado, Tierra Chargaloff, Amber Mailing Reed, Yvette Leong, Pratit Dandanya, Caitlin Babb Johnson, Ainsley Marie Mowers, Sarah Holland Schultz, Benjamin Isaac Stellhorn, Montserrat Ari Lopez, William Donovan Malik, Shannon Rose Fairley, Alexa Bolnick, Derek Schmitz, Theodore Zachary Panopoulos, Noah Fletcher Slate, Jason Robert Powells, Avon J. Serpa, Kim Huyen Tien Do, Jennifer Renee Salazar Nino, May Wong, Annie Mang, Maxwell Guan May, Francis Marcus de Gracia Gomez, Maximilian Theodore Lamb, Shailene May Tran, Brianna Emmy Shin, Nathaniel Spruill, San Lu, Kylie Kim Monroe, Eric Michael Stanek, Robert Samuel Smith, Corey Jackson Tolentino, Charles Jackson Raftery, Ashna Jayant Nilawar, Tanveen Shahi Singh, Ryan David Turner, John Carter Walsh, Marco Christopher Shembri, Taya Goddard, Chase H. Zambarelli, John Higgins Logenauer, Kamiley Carissa Manol, Karen Alohi Sullivan, Lucy Elizabeth Whitmer, Kelly Ann Walsh, Grace Catherine McGarrell, Nicholas Connolly Toshima, Patrick James Cronin, Christopher Kenyon Lee, Justin Glenn Trena, Eamon Davidson, Nicholas Aaron Mays, Jackson Kyle Detling, Noel Reed Peltier, Munib Maher Zabene, Leo Fowry, Connor Julius Goshi O'Neill, Miles Granado Yamamoto, Julia Nicole Shepard, Daniel Malan Yuchenko, Grant Lewis Wolf, Adam Christopher Henriquez, Yong Shen Chao, Andrew Charles Nairn, Huang Nam Lu Pham, Antonio Amore Rojas, Zohaib Suleiman Valani, Alexandra Riggs Aronson, Colin Michael Clare, Thomas Selwyn Bingham, Tyler Joseph Sloan, Bennett Matthew Kalpakchian, Cade Pfeiffer, Mitsuki Tanaka, Micah James Doctolero, Monica Elizabeth Cedillos, Ipe Jenny Wu, Daniel Kleckner, Vasco Jacques Veriale, Matthew Lin, Qingling Cheng, Udita Jain, Divyansh Agarwal, Laura Katrina Woolbright Darza, Maya Bagamani Denzel, Alexander Joseph Post, Yassine E. Elishmawi, Mahak Bora, Aved Soda, Peyton Riley, Allison Ann Scott, Christina Nguyen, Miranda Beatrice Ventura, Bryce William Huntsman, Matthew Andari, Kiana Hashemi, Rahel Isabel Bachman, Antonio Emmanuel Mora, Atharv Sanjay Patil, Andrew Leroy Meeker, Yasmin Gavande, Renee Claire Fong, Kyle Edward Leon, Logan Akira Frank, Thomas J. Cleland, Catherine Tien Lei, Preeti Sai Devulapalli, Ryan James Su, Anna Beatrice Joba Mount, Kareem Joseph Tunkara, Yachi Shu, Christina Elise Cavero, Kira Elizabeth Blackman, David Elfrink, Taylor Coltrane Shu, Caitlin Michelle Ng, Amanda Choi, Courtney Duke Lindsay, Mateo Rojas, Bumsu Park, Matthew Tran, Sebastian Meza Galarraga, Louis Paul Labalarte Jr., Daria Marlene Horns, Mila Lacey, Dante Luis Fuenzalida, Claire Erilyn Everett Unger, Jessica Lynn Bartoli, Audrey Ann Bauer, Andrew Patrick Brennan, Andrew Thomas Tolles, Alexis J. Westland, V. Huang Nguyen, Jillian Christine Brown, Andrew J. Landeros, Sai Devendra Patel, Ambika J., Kamari Maya Cheatham, Ryan Christopher Delahousse, Malachi Dwayne Finn, Jacqueline Danielle Curtayasa, Sebastian Tan Winarto, Justin Trangono Winarto,
Ryan Talon,
Preston David Tulik, Jacob Pena, Sneha Vinod, Abigail Mayer Hamblett, Gabriela Braulio Kinney, Erica Fernanda Rizzo, Nicholas Liebisch, Amy No, Margaret Elizabeth Walter, Adeline Eleanor Livingston, Chris Eric Clausen, McLean Jacobs, John Caldwell Neve, Mark Hu, Nicholas William Love, Aidan Latimer, Long Huang Lei, Christopher Oliver Pose, G.P. Baines, Andriana Vasiliki Margaritis, James Bell, Regino Constantino Floro Herbosa, Ursula Rochino, Kian Andre C. Ching, Samantha Nicole Tambuatco Santos, Siana Vanessa Torres, Nicolo Antonio Morales, Riley Eileen Casey, Grace Emery Nordmeyer, Claire Elizabeth Watson, Victoria Tran, Jack William Hickey, Tina Van, Lillian No, India Rose Cardamone, Kristen Marie Keogh, Kennedy Ellis Brown, Berkeley Kate Stinson, Taylor Ann Jackson, Haley Ryan Halverson, Pia Juliana Esguerra, Sara Elizabeth Hutton, Catherine Renee Oliveri, Gabriella Von Esmark, James Setiawan Joseph, Sean Tejakasuma, Rachel McKenna, Gillian Charlotte King, Charlotte Y.C. Zhang, Chloe Youngyan Tat, Hannah Merton Trillo, Allison K. Scarpetti, Joanna Wong, William Kenton Hester, Catherine Ming Wei, Alex Ethan Sue, Scott Malin Skaggs, Isabel Ivana Polyakovich, Patrick Robert Morrison, Olivia Shao, Sierra Selby, Hannah Kelleher, Justin William Hercom, Ilyas Mohammed Asif, Darius Johnson,
Dr. Elaine Scott, Dean of the School of Engineering, will present the candidates for degrees from the School of Engineering.
Candidates who have been approved for the degree of Bachelor of Science in the School of Engineering, please rise. President Sullivan, I have the honor to present for their degrees those candidates who have been approved by the faculty of the school and by the Board of Trustees.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Science, as Dean Scott indicated.
Please be seated, except for the first row, until you are directed to rise. Will the first row please come forward?
You guys get some water just now? Okay. Can I get a couple? I went back, everybody get a little water.
Sophia Argenial, Jonathan Daniel Ayash, William Michael Bennett, Karina Camarillo, Colette Marie Casper, Joshua Chansky, Gavin Ernest Cormier, Maggie Eleanor Dubas, Lily Marie Arribas, Zena Diana Fache, Nick Smuger, Rense Angelo Bonawan Flojo, Maya Miyuki Fujiwara, Brian Isaac Burke, Anna Marie Gabrielle, Jacob Lee Gilbertson, Grant Paul Genie, Eleanor Elizabeth Glenn, Anna Solange Green, Natalie Hope Hoffman, Leanne Nicole James, Joy Lynette Koo, Noah Michael Kuhn, Misha Manushri, Cole John Kitchen, Maya Bree Matheny, Rebecca Marie McKinney, Brandon A. Pang, Kyle James Pedersen, Victoria Marie Sanchez Monroy, Emma Josephine Reeves, Brian Joel Henriquez Perez, Jaylene Yvette Solis, Imran Azimi, Taryn Akemi Chisholm, Vanessa Monique De La Rosa, Arnold Uriel Nieto Felix, Khan Ushuk Kananchai, Glenn Falconio, Matthew Jacob Flores, Judah Selassie Foster, Dylan Hong, Nicholas Allen Holtz, Rebecca Jianya Wang, Justin Lay, Kevin Leong, Matthew Milton Hale, Nico Galvez Lopez, Daniel Alberto Lopez Blas, Tegan Moore, Shirley Naranjo, Ozzy Nigmatulin, Jacob Daniel Porter, Alyssa Ray Quezada, Juan Ramirez Daza, Kelsey Rice, Wyatt W. Rich, Rebecca Miono Ridao, Renee Annalise Romandia McCoy, Andrew Eustace Ruiz, Seema Kaur Singh, Chanel Yvonne Smith, Dylan D. Stegman, Justin Yoshio Ueno, Eduardo Villegas Chavez, Mia Elizabeth Petri Vlaming, Megan Elizabeth Walsh, Griffin Y. Ellis, Jun Hut Sui, Nolan Richard Anderson, Zachary Samuel Azer, Paul Bolderev, Ryan Andrew Burnett, Hasmik Galstian, Marcus Alejandro Chavez, Mark Anthony Castillo, Rishab Chitaranjan, William Monroe Cockram V, James T. Damaris, Matthew Antonio Davenport, Devon Anthony Dupree, Dion Dupree, Jason Lawrence Fong, Harrison Bowie, Landis Teisho Fuzato, Matthew Thornton Gates, Ava Stenberg, Kian Jordan Malakudi, Matthew Charles Hall, Matthew Peter Hayes, Ni Bitanga Inosa, Rosaura Hernandez Roman de la Riva, Joshua M. Kelleran, Asla Kare, Kriting Kemkan, Dylan Lin, Paul Kwang Lei, Tristan Bradley Limawan, Chan Nam Tu, Matthew Collins Seminatore, Caitlin Lopez, William Chase Madry, Marco A. Morenzi, Dylan J. Sue, Henry Kaiser, Kristen Lynn Tong, Jaron Lee Kanoa Simon, Jake Kikuo Tsuchiyama, Casey Nguyen, Trisha Mylan Nguyen, Sean Christopher Leininger, Eric Ryan Mitchell, Jaden Anthony Ho No, Tate Anthony Musante, William C. Olson, Graham Christopher Purvis, Lucas Samir Voron, Michelle Wijaya Lim, Nanki Sekon, Malcolm I. Weaver, Ihue Chin, Axel Luna Perales, Alfredo A. Perry, Joseph Pham Nguyen, Kulsum Farhad Sabit, Roshan Misra Savalia, Sudish Sopal, Louis Sprung, Constantino Theodoropoulos, Colin Paves, Eric Harry Ryzinski, Daniel Peter Blanc, Kyron Quasi, Jonathan Stock, Samantha Yanowski, Marianne Fuyu Yamazaki Dur, Michael Zatino, Chen Zhang, Clover Zhang, Matthew Ding, Timothy Radal, Emma Rachel Berry, Fernando Miguel Camus, Rob Mikio Chan, Christian Dennis Garcia, Anona Farzana Hassan, Devin Hill, Luca Kitamura, Sean Shao, Pranav Grover, Rikesh Naresh Mehta, Kathy Yin, Taryn Kramer, Karina Aguirre Carrillo, Logan Patrick Barnes, Sophia Angeles Brumbaugh, E. Chang Kang, Ryan Michael Toshio Pono Ogino, Nathan A. Keel, Nicholas Mario Villaman, David Maximino Komiyama Bluin, Edward Stephen Gazarasian, Evan X. Jennings, Ollie Cater, Jonathan Lee, Michael Kwang, Aria J. Roosmare, Daniel McCann Sales, Elan Vargas, Connor William Grady, Jeremiah James Rufus, Pedro Enrique de Souza a Silva Alvarenga, Raquel Noelia Macias, Julian Cole Brown, Victor Bueno Garcia, Robert Anthony Canales III, Caleb Chang, Peyton Lincoln Clark, Harper Ryan Daniels, Antonio Josep Matusic, Matthew Lewis Frank, Savannah May Hunt, Nicholas Patrick Figueroa, Caden Saeed Maroof, Jordan Rain Espiritu, Shane Nelson, Connor Alexander McCabe, Jenny Huynh, Aaron Daniel Wan, Jay Labran, Jonathan David Kleinman, Kyle Lamb, Evan Alexander Josa, Anugraha Murali, Sean Raymond McCauley, Andrew Baolong Nguyen, Miles V. Nguyen, James Oblitas, Ann Paloma, Stephen Reimer, Courtney Amanda Rowe, Lainey Reynolds, George Nathaniel Simon, Sari Samuel Sruji, Dana Lee Stefanides, Andrew Carl Stewart, Keaton Bennett Viadro, Rebecca Sachdev Walters, Julia Roa Yaklich, Gabriel Miguel Shadid, Aristo Santos, Jillian Sumay Coveney, Miriam Nasser Isa, Ryan Lee. Shravani Pokampali. Daniel Thomas Schott. Dinan Trong. Ryan Ho Ting Wang. Lauren Xie. Venus Lee. Marcus S. Wong.
Dr. Daniel Press, Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences, will present the candidates for Bachelor of Science degrees from the College of Arts and Sciences.
Yeah, you have to make as much noise as business and engineering. That's right. That's right. Yeah. Okay. Well, I would have said candidates who have been approved for the degree of Bachelor of Science in the Colleges of Arts and Sciences, please rise, but you have risen, as you should. So, President Sullivan, I have the honor to present for their degrees those candidates who have been approved by the faculty of the college and by the Board of Trustees.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Science, as Dean Press has indicated.
Okay, y'all can sit down now. Will the first row please come forward?
Ana Brisa Amurio Camacho. Catherine Julianne Burris. Natalie Mia Browser. Victoria Sophie Hill. Hannah Coretti. Jenna Sumiko Yoshimi. John Carroll Cummings Jr. Reagan Elizabeth Robertson. Derek Min Trong Le. Elizabeth Rumpf. Rushil Rakesh Vasant. Eleanor DeGeneva Basler. Meha Singh Littlewood. Chloe Marie Heath. Jared Michael Ficus. Jonathan Staley, Julia Conte Montavani, Lindsay Rose Matalonas, Amber Lauren Person, Luke Clet Roberto, Amy Lay, Ryan Hanwin Lowe, Sarah Harb, Boston Anton Batista, Leticia Lima Pereira, Priscilla Huang, Eliza Hauk Steenrod, Lexi Claire McGowan, Malaya Marguerite Xie, Benjamin William Wiley, Benjamin Blaze Seiji Yoshida Wong, Claire Ruth Long, Natalie Medina, Judith Lee, Emma Mei Ling Yu, Elise Tuet Min Pham, Amy Kim Tran, Riti Anjali Jayam, Samantha Taylor Rojas, Catherine Cavalier, Linnea Rothi, Reha Shah, Jordan Quessenberry, Shelby Tadaki, Chase Alexander Bruno, D'Angelo Joel Castillo, Annie Chan, Harvey Chilcott, Audrey C. Yi Chan, Darren Trung Boys, Justin Takemasa Ogata, Brooke Viviana Urashis, Ruhani Kapoor, Elspeth Faye Kiekler, Ashley Zito, Joseph Dominic D'Angelo, Joseph Cooper Guasco, Rohan Krishna, Alan Kingsley, Samuel Aman Habib, Julia Maria San Giacomo, Naniloa Makanalani Spar, Grace Ruth Ann Wee, Kristen Jiai Hao, Sophia Ann Malay, Isabel Dariana Lira, Michelle Fung, Christopher Arellano Reyes, Christian Anthony Tarr, Lisbeth Rios Camacho, Sundri Elaine Cleefo, Margot Marie Gray, Chloe Hamid Frenzia, Madeline Grace Fuchs, Nancy Marcella Keneb, Grace Blakely Mullen, Raquel Eden Doring, Catherine Alden David, Alexis Nanika Morris, Shivali Mrityunjay Hirmat, Lauren Burgess McCown, Ariana Marvel Stetson, Daisy Luna Mireles, Ariana Denise Rod, Celie La, Sasha Ann Kadiga, Eloise Juliet Scott, Ashley Treeweiler, Emily Rose Wellman, Lydia Diane Sandy, Alexia Shafali Alvarez, Brianna Jasmine Bravo, Ann Miller Jacob, Kiara Miranda Mariscal. Isabella Victoria Turquette. Shannon Spain. Elise Sachi Halverson. Nicola Murdoch Walker. Grace Emmons. Victoria Isabel Leguizamo. Esteban Samayoa Mayora. Aiden Christopher Smith. Nicole Marie Cruz. Hannah Arif. Grace Gita Tantra. Nancy Yiching Ma. Tzu Yu Tsui. Andrew Chang. Justin Tat Lee. Juan Diego Arias Martinez. Frankie Fazlo Lahi. John G. Barkley. Andrea Gonzalez. Ishita Agarwal. Chang Yu. Sidra Ahmed. Swati Mange Arvind. Nikita Kalje. Aaron Brink. Adam Jeffrey Graham. John Brohard. Lonnie Jessica Crassa. Grace Meredith Ticchetti. Allison M. White. Catherine Florence Dunnigan. Ryan John Irwin. Daniel James Bowers. Camden Ibalio Rothletter. Makar Duboskov. Martin Coder. Pranav Biakod. Arjun Kohli. Suraj Jamwar. Adrian Gonzalez. Ron Huang. Amanda Chan. Heta Joshi. Gautam Samudrala. Mohammed Faraz Hussain. Siwe Pang. Andrew R. Kuldani. Han Duan. Jonathan Mahari. Gavin Hudson. Nicholas Russell. Ryan Charles Henderson. Anna Christine Hubbard. Dhruv Digant Nanavati. Dylan Khan Nguyen. Patrick Wei Lee. Travis H. Lee. Carl Matthew Land. Brian Allen McIlvain. Carlo Gabriel Bilbao. Rania Ansari. Vedya Spurti Konda. Ezra J. Jaffe. Ryan Thomas Hunter. Wallace Wong. Kevin Rooney. Stephen Henry Mistally. Aiden James John Mackey. Nicholas Tallis. Brian V. Tam. Addison Jacob Mariano Schwartz. Vincent Nathan Rubio Joaquin. Nikita Kumar Mathur. Brandon Jalayer Loftus. Rianne Inafuku. Elliot Lee. Ian O'Hari. Sunjun Yang. Gordon Rice, Aditya Bhaskar Ranade, Andrew Wren, Brandon Paul Salgado, Christian Ramirez Lomeli, Kimberly Bonilla Ospina, Israel Alejandro Colin, Luis Fernando Herrera, Dylan James Hodges, Aria Sethi, Anthony Chen, Cristobal de Oyarzabal Barba, Jeremiah Thexton, Jennifer Tran, Amy Vu, Cole Folan Brunelli, Madeline Unji Huang, Catherine Elizabeth Joy, Margaret Rose Hull, Bryson Tanaka, Austin Wang, Jackson Rombouts Taylor, Andrew Yuan, Yuan Chen Chang, Jonathan Paul Xing, Daniel Tat, Kendall Tyler Wan, Matthew Alonso Abraham, Riley Burrill, Makoto Nezu, Claudia Alexandra Ekelund, Zoe Elizabeth Bombach, Nicole Marie Rumfala, Jack Tooker, James Albert Lilly, Quentin Lloyd Young, Omar Renner Sayodi, Holden James Elstad, David Santiago Emelo, Matthew Richard Hope Rodriguez, Jack Connors Damagala, Maeve Eilish David, Lauren Mikal de Normandy, Ethan French Casulo, Jack Netathor Chestnut, Margaret Eileen Brick, Zachary Kievash Harvey, Benjamin Hakamovich, Kristen Aaron Marie Fisher Colbury, Mitchell A. Granados, Natalie Lane Greener, Elizabeth Ann Moore, Lillian Beatrice Mezzi, David Can, Cleed Hoja, Cody James Pacaro, Grant Edward Gruel, Luke Stephen Elders, Maximus Lazar Reynal, Matthew John Roski, John Ryan Willard, McKay Detling, Samuel Vila, Charles Joseph Rogers, Maxwell James Morris, Catherine E. Miller, Nick Park, Kirby Ann Fowler, Theo Alexander Lassen, Ishika Nathan, Alexa Francis Kelter, Christopher Victorino, Sean Reidenbach, Max Anthony Kwan Siu, August Moresi Souza, Alexander Gregory Scales, James Broderick Starr, Alexander Matthew Tarani, Christian Cottenberg, Grant Oliver Maney, Alex Ann Elizabeth Korst, Alan Cyrus Shashahani, Sebastian Blanchett, Aditya Singla, David Morgan Pearson, Tyler Anthony Kirby, Skylar Waite, Jacqueline Marie Cruz, Hannah Mae Brownie, Emma Nora Seslick, Erica Christine Svendal, Faith Leilani Bukachevsky, Jamie Ann Robinson, Jake Scott Taylor, Gabriel Francis Rodkey, Michael Weatherford, Yuchan So, Paola Felix, Jessica Hyla Jordan, Morgan Benson Billington, Charlotte Leal Kinchla, Jackson Philip Stanich, Taylor Darling Key, Benjamin Thomas Rogers, Lily Wilson, Andrew Albrecht, Declan Anton Bernal, Sarah Ann Dannon, Hannah Marie Hagan, Daniela T. Serrano, Olivia Grace Morris, Delilah Grace De Silva, Julia Isabel McCulloch, Madeline Grace Pugh, Emily Yvonne Pushout, Shakira Elvira Asuncion Perez, Angelica J. Baron Lorenzo, Virginia Grant Garland, Paula Marie Rostozzi, Jane Kenyon Walker, Louisa Rosemary Southworth, Alex R. Edwin, Marielle Alexandra Tellez Castro, Ariana Safavie, Carrie Lyons, Ian M. Twyman, Pia Isabella Sorando Vano, Jennifer Stanislavova Stavreva, McAllen Joseph Moody, Ryan Joseph Burke, Gabrielle Ann Tai Yabut, May Uniac, Lisa Michelle Wagner, Emerson Rose Calder, Gabriela Lucia Flanagan, John Bailey, Luke Polterak, Mahalakshmi Durgasita Nagulapati, Anthony Alexander Wong, Larissa Ann Collins, Robert Cady, Bryce Duane Klassen, Amrita Kaur Dami, Edric de Guzman Dabu, Annika Mohanty, Alex Wadera, Emma Riley Fink, Megan Shuen Wu, Jaden L. Chong, Michael Nocerino, Liana Joy Kurtzer, Alaha Benazir Hamidi, Jordan Ramil Yalde, Emma Jeanette Strait, Eliza Mackenzie Wrestler, Mackenzie Lee Himes, Maya Grace Hunt, Sienna Hunter, William Marshall Raymond Georginas, Emily Hanayo Nakata, Nisha J. Shankar, Caitlin Nicole Griner, Sydney Lynn Wright, Sydney Joe Pattison, Janet Ronquillo, Maeve Alexandra Silman, Man Shah, Abhijit Turumala, Alana Abigail Lavon Johnson, Danya Miriam Paul, Amber Granado, Mary Frances Bautista Garcia, Emma Bailey Rudder, Iris Tilton, Alexa Vega Guzman, Himari Lani Fujimoto, Anna Riggs, Callie Mia Lewin, Lucy Susanna Schmidt, Isaac V. Toscano, Sydney Aaron Kaplan, Genevieve Eleanor Duflock, Peter Kenneth Donald Hovland, Hannah Elizabeth Aguirre, Javier Garcia de Castro, Harrison Marshall, Giovanni Joseph Sasso, Evan Lucas Michael O'Reilly, Luca Kolomejek, Grace Annie Yu, Samantha Candler Savage, Clemence Guyot, Andrew Gregory Cardellini, Emma Lane Piggott, Catherine Taylor Holmes, Caroline Marie McKenna, Halleck Catherine Seed, Michaela Kenny Gallo, Max Joseph Silva, Megan Nime, Faisal Demerji, Audrey Renee Malarkey, Petra Glenn, Zakiah A. Cooper, Philip Orth, Daniel Longacre, Jia Chi Liu, Sonia Panchnani, Martina Rosales Alvarez, Melissa Maria Maltez Bueller, Grace Thompson Evans, Catherine Chick Cunha, Naomi Karatan Watson, Kaylin Ann Pedersen, Donna Naderi Taheri, Elena Middlemass, Jin U Liu, Blake Grayer Bruno, Jay Kim, Nicola Isabel Coates, Parvin Hariharamsa Shamudapati, Thomas James Paletti II, Maya Lopez Volsch, Sarah Beth Stoddard, Melanie Giselle Corral, Anna Grace Goldberg, Jordan Ashley Tachibana, Jamie Helena Gilroy, Ariel Florence Perlman, Nika Montilla, Kelly Hodder, Arman Azad Ahmed, Lucas Yvonne Bush, Naya Claire Delore, Cassidy Ann Block, Andrew Joseph Johnson, Mary Patricia Peterson, Jack William Zimmerman, Kendall White, Elizabeth Bronner Swan, Kaylin Christine Olson, Eleanor Rosamund Ingram, Arjun Singh, Isabel Burnham Docks, Jacqueline Lee Mercier, Catherine West Lawton, Alyssa Marie Viadani, Valerie Nicole Joko, Michelle Ann McKenty, Jennifer Melissa Del Cid Marquez, Ashley Orellana, Jordan Michelle Rodriguez, Delilah Nicole Garza, Jocelyn Mariana Anaya Galvan, Janela Valeria Ordonez, Michaela Apodaca, Alec Joseph Qualitza, Crystal Jacqueline Alcaraz, Adelaide Don Vergnal, Kaylin Kennedy Michaela Chase, Lauren Elizabeth Guerra, Renee Stephanie Sanford, Sally Ann Francis Tijan, Antonio Rose Gallagher, Annabelle Patricia Favor, Caitlin Bell Sanders, Ella Joy Walo, Ashley Maldonado, Seraphin Howe, Farah Monet Moreno, Christina Serrano, Taylor Kahealani Kealoha, William Francis, Lexi Mia Gomez, Lillian Mary Evans Riera, Isabella Balaget, Hannah Lobb Muse, Molly Catherine Fitzgerald, Ginger Lee Freeman, Haley Francis Harrison, Naya Mackenzie Johnson, Isabella Marietta Meyerhoff, Sasha Eros, Meghna Shanker, Emma Joan Barrio, Carolina Rader, Sophie Roder Aboyan, Hannah Lily Edwards, Zoe Anne Marie O'Sullivan, Joseph Dominic Caruso, Caroline Grace Kotler, Catherine Sarah Aston Griffin, Tessa Lorraine Luini, Julia Renee Heyer, Grace Roach, Hannah Hamalainen, Itamar Shmuel Marty Ramon, Daniel Hinderleiter, Dominic Robert Kirk, Ryan Joseph Fox, Cademan Riley Fisher, Emily Claire Filter, McKenna Elizabeth Anderson, Alexandra Helene Bohan Hawk, Benjamin Duncan Kennedy, Christopher Mott Buenrostro, Karishma Batra, Naomi Tien Kim Lei, Madeline Granucci, Elizabeth Mary Stern, Colette Catherine Ivanov, Sarah Catherine Williams, Felicity Ann Baker, Jacqueline Paylin Jones, Kelsey Marie Gurley, Ryan Lamb, Mackenzie Ann Lane, Lucas Jackson King, Adrian Luke, Sophia Elena Marcuson DePrince, Nathan Anderson Liu, Isabel Mendoza, Ashley Tisnado, Emily Grace Olmsted, Carmen Joy Rodriguez, Benjamin Huang Rowe, Arsham Sagoon, Callie Mullen O'Neill, Sloan Andrew Seed, Phoebe Patricia Tanuwijaya, Nena Carey Uche, Claire Marie Van Dyke, Janeth Saldivar, Katie Smith, Lauren Clara Ann LaHood, PJ Rich, Sarika Renjen, Madison Williams, Sienna Kendall Sharp, Gabriela Gutierrez, Fiona Mae Joffroy, Lucinda Nevels, Sarah Catherine Tartell, Mary Ann Murphy, Kathleen Rose Mahoney, Brittany Grace Mason, Kiana Tara Kasrovi, Chloe Isabel Dares, Valerie Marin Revelorio, Kyla Ann Nunez O'Leary, Maria Sheehan Gonzalez, Ikra Malik, Denise Castañeda, Simara Dalila Garcia Guillen, Brittany Valeria Avila Cerritos, Hasten Brooke Chittenden, Karina Andrade, Robert Tyler Adrian Gamble II, Maya Sue Ryan, Alima Correa Andrews, Delali Jakunu, Gloria Isano Karakesi, Kieran Graywall, Emma Catherine Sepucanis, Sarah Nicole Zuzwaregi, Joanna Cuevas, Anthony Locatelli, Celeste Isabel Perales, John Anthony Robertson, William Lai, Angel T. Lin, Jessica Gudo Cuellar, Anthony Ramos Flores, Gideon Hiroki Devendra, Audrey Michelle Isaacson, Jesse Hill, Sonali Kaur Sidhu, Nina Foguet, Maria del Rocio Garcia, Venetia Hicks, William Matthew Pascale, Lauren Joy Isabella Johnson, Kevin Shao, Michelle Villegas Cisneros, Anna Mae Marin, Sophia Marie Yonkers-Tals, Alexandria Perez, Luciana Trinity Raven Length, Isabella Frances Bunkers, Setare Harsamizadeh Terani, Gianna Marika Kubo, Grace Benson Leet, Olivia Pruitt, Nicole Sweeney, Danya Stafford, Kiara Carolina Nevares Garcia, Adelaide Caroline Wynn Henson, Georgia Honor McGregor Lewis, Anna Victoria Martinez, Megan Kathleen Imai, Sophia E. Basilio, Kiki Valenzuela, Amy Jane Truscott, Kathy Moya, Nava Siavoshi Have,
Let me be the first to offer congratulations to the class of 2023. Now, Kevin Ham, President of Associate Student Government, a graduating senior with a major in finance and a minor in mechanical engineering, will introduce the valedictorian.
Will the 2023 valedictorian, Angel Lynn, please come forward? Angel from Seattle, Washington, is graduating summa cum laude, having completed 2 majors, one in ethnic studies and one in sociology. During her time at Santa Clara, Angel was active in the Lead Scholars Program, the University Honors Program, the Vietnamese Student Association, the Multicultural Center, the Inclusive Excellence Student Advisory Council, and the Associated Student Government. During her junior year, she was elected as Student Body Vice President and served as a powerful advocate for students. I had the privilege of having her as my boss, and I assure you she runs a really tight ship. After traveling to Vietnam to do an exploration of her history and culture, Angel plans on returning to the Bay for a career in accessibility and higher education. She then hopes to continue her passion for writing and research when she pursues doctoral work studying Vietnamese communities and racial identity formation. Now Angel will deliver the valedictory address.
Hello, class of 2023. Woo! Can you believe it? We're here. I mean, finally. It's hard to believe that we first stepped foot on this beautiful campus way back in 2019. I don't know about you, but in 2019, I was still rocking with an obscene side part and skinny jeans. And you know when you're a teenager and you sort of think you have the whole world figured out? Like you kind of act like you're cool and it's like cool to hate everything, but then all of a sudden, you're off to college. And you're like, see you never, Mom and Dad. Well, then you got to campus. And you met these orientation leaders that were all smiling just a little bit too widely. And everyone's super nice, and the professors are super sweet, and even the flowers are blooming, the sun is shining, and you can't help but start to suspect that the Jesuits might be pumping some laughing gas up in some water streams. Maybe it was just me, but as a jaded Seattleite who was used to overcast days and good old-fashioned seasonal depression, Santa Clara kind of felt like a big love fest. And I don't mean this with any drop of irony. Here at Santa Clara, we're just really nice to each other. We hold the door open for strangers, collaborate to help each other study for tests. Our classes are small enough to know everyone by name, and we share job opportunities and internships like they're falling from the sky. And trust me, you and I both know they are not falling from the sky. I mean, come on, all this lovey-dovey stuff on top of the perpetually sunny skies and palm trees, at some point it's a little corny, don't you think? And you start to wonder, what's the point of all this? And to be honest, I don't think I ever really understood it, at least until it wasn't there anymore. You see, before we even had a chance to finish our first year meal points or even attend our first spring quarter danger, the pandemic hit. And, well, you know what happened next. It was a time of tumultuous loss and isolation. It was a time that revealed the worst in our institutions. But it was also a time that revealed the best in our communities. Yeah, maybe the Zoom classes were life-draining, and maybe you spent more time watching your professor try to figure out how to screen share than actually learning anything. But do you remember those few times when it was actually kind of nice, where you were assigned to a breakout room and someone cracked a joke and you all got to chatting, and for just 1 second, it sort of felt you were connected to the SCU community again? Or when you attended an MCC Gen meeting and you met all the eager young first years who really wanted to get involved, so you're like, why not play Among Us for the 1000th time? You know, oh, sorry, my hat is just doing a whole thing. Should I? Okay. Thank you. You know, a statistic came out during that year from an SCU wellness survey that showed that during the pandemic, student-run RSOs were the main source of creating feelings of belonging for SCU students. When we couldn't find community in our classes, or in the residence halls, or in Benson, we found it in each other. We were the ones dedicated to staying connected and stoking the love that fuels our community. Distance makes the heart grow fonder, I guess. But the really inspiring thing was when we came back to campus. And after finally joyfully reuniting with my brilliant, beautiful best friends, I looked around and saw that we all shared something familiar in all our faces. We were a bunch of overgrown first years who had spent the last 2 years cooped up inside, and all of a sudden, we were juniors. And we had all these underclassmen now looking up to us. We were asked to be directors, hosting events that we had never even attended before, to be making huge decisions for the future of our student organizations, to lead research projects despite having major imposter syndrome, to be student body vice president. But the thing is, we did it. We rose to the occasion, and we did it so well. We rebuilt the communities that were once separated, showed the underclassmen what it meant to be a Bronco, honored the legacy of traditions left by the upperclassmen who came before us, and we burnt some couches. But to me, what was most inspiring was that we became advocates. When our campus was struck with tragedy, we demanded better mental health resources. When our school voiced a commitment to DEI, we called for more resources for our students of color. And when our communities were torn apart by violence, we developed better student safety and violence prevention methods. We were leaving the campus better than how we found it. After spending some time warming up to the idea, I think I get what all this lovey-dovey business is about now. You see, I think there's something to this type of love that we see at Santa Clara. There's something to the importance of fostering love as an impetus to radical action. What does that mean? Well, feminist author Bell Hooks writes that the love that is far-reaching and generous, a love that makes you smile at the people you don't know when they pass by, a love that makes you excited to see your friends or your favorite professor in class the next day, a love that makes you more empathetic to yourself and others. When you let this type of love into your life, when you learn to love yourself, your friends, your neighbors, your community, and most importantly, yourself, When you really let yourself love in those ways, you begin to become more attuned to the needs of those around you. Loving your community means becoming an advocate for your community. You want the best for everyone, and so you're willing to do what it takes to make sure that everyone's well taken care of. Growing up, my mom used to say this thing at the dinner table, and I think it reflects it kind of well. That means just watching you eat is enough to make me full. And at Santa Clara, we want to make sure everyone eats well. And that's why we advocate. Radical love is what makes us work so hard to build a legacy, to make sure that SCU students will be taken care of long after we're gone. I'm a first-generation college student, and I'm from a city where we have more overcast days than sunny days. And before this, I'd never seen a palm tree before in my life. 4 years ago, I would have never thought that I would have found the loving home that I found in Santa Clara today. But that's what we do. We build communities. Communities where we can be cherished in our most authentic selves. Communities like LEAD, where I met my brilliant, beautiful best friends who teach me every single day that I can expand my capacity for love. My hope is that we only grow as a class more abundant in our empathy, to the point where this love can extend beyond the scope of our own community, that we can love so indiscriminately so that every single person and creature and life form on this earth is something that we feel compelled to advocate for. I mean, that's the Santa Clara mission after all, isn't it? To use our education, our radical empathy, to take care of one another. Things look a lot different than how they did when we first got here. We have our first woman president. Our student body is so much more diverse than it once was. I'm not wearing my hair in a side part anymore. We have new organizations and leaders and traditions. Our campus is a lot better than how it was when we first came to it, and I think we played a big role in that. We're older, kinder, and more empathetic than we used to be. And now we're prepared for the worst of it. Because at a certain point in your life, in your big, scary adult life, bad things will happen. Possibly even unprecedented pandemic, global pandemic, lockdown bad. Just make sure that when they do happen, you have someone to hold on to. Make sure that you've loved generously and created the relationships that will get you through it. Live in community authentically, laugh loudly, love generously, and advocate for the ones you love fiercely. Congratulations, class of 2023.
Well, thank you, Angel, for encouraging all of us. We are so proud of you and your classmates. Not only do you belong within the Bronco family, but you have shaped our community and made us better. Before we close our ceremony with the singing of the alma mater and the benediction, I wish to thank our honorees for being here today. Thank you again, Father Boyle, for your terrific commencement address. Thank you to the staff who have supported our students through thick and thin, and in particular those who have served as ushers and guides today, our staff. And now I would like to invite the graduating seniors to join me in thanking the faculty who have been your teachers and mentors and who have challenged. Stand. Please stand, faculty. Yeah. And finally, I want to invite the graduates to thank their friends and their families, especially parents who've been with you and supported you through your years at Santa Clara. Would all the graduates please rise and give your parents and loved ones a hand? Please stand and remain standing for the alma mater and the benediction. The alma mater will be sung by the Santa Clara University Chamber Singers under the direction of Professor Scott Hanaweir.
firstborn daughter, who beside the western sea, where the palm and olive mingle, may the torch of science burn. Where the footsteps bear us from thee, back to thee our hearts will turn. This the mission bells are telling, as exultingly they ring. Santa Clara, Santa Clara, alma mater sweet they sing. Where the palm and olive mingle, proudly raise their heads on high. In the earliest vein of science built beneath our western sky.
And now, Father Luis Calero, rector of the Santa Clara University Jesuit community, will close the ceremony with a benediction.
Let us pray. God of all peoples, God of all faiths, we ask for your benediction as we conclude this beautiful ceremony in which we have celebrated the lives and accomplishments of those who have come to the end of this academic journey. We are filled with gratitude for the wisdom, professional skills, friendships that our students have gained during the years here at Santa Clara University. As our graduates enter a new chapter, we ask you to be their compass and guidance so that they may continue to build a more just, sustainable, and humane world. Así que hoy te damos gracias por las bendiciones que ellos han recibido a través de sus maestros, amigos y especialmente sus familias. Gracias por los esfuerzos que sus padres han hecho en darles una educación jesuita. Te pedimos que les ayudes a aquellos que se reciben a mirar con esperanza hacia el futuro, un futuro donde todos tengamos la oportunidad de recibir una educación universitaria y vivir como hijos e hijas de Dios. May this Bronco family continue to grow and expand to all corners of the world, to all corners of this small planet. May we bring your love and compassion to heal the world in great spiritual and economic need. We pray that we may be living signs of your presence everywhere. May we find you in everything we do, in small tasks and big tasks, in our joys and disappointments, in our communal work, and also in solitude. May we be filled with the peace that you can only give, so that we can act justly, walk humbly, and love tenderly in your presence. And this we ask in God's holy name. Amen. Congratulations, graduates.
The graduation exercises will conclude with a recessional of faculty, distinguished guests, and administrators. Please remain standing in your place until the recessional is completed and the platform party has left the stadium. And finally, we invite our graduates and their families to connect with their faculty at the faculty reception on the St. Ignatius and Daily Science lawns. Faculty from Arts and Sciences will be on the Ignatius lawn, and faculty from Business and Engineering will be on the Daily Science lawn. Now, finally, congratulations to you, the class of 2023, and your families. May God bless the newest alumni of Santa Clara University. Go Broncos.